Yo. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Salute to Knicks Nation. On this Wednesday night, the Knicks have an Eastern Conference powerhouse matchup in between the Orlando Magic. Jalen Brunson gives them 31, but the Knicks still struggle offensively and defensively on the second night of a back-to-back. Franz Wagner dotting them boys up all night. The Knicks lose their first home game of the season, 124-107. The Knicks are now 7-1 at home, snapping a 4-game losing streak. And we're here to talk about it, man. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us, and we appreciate that, man. I'm here with my co-host, Ken Castro, and Los Manuel, the narrative god. Tell me how y'all doing, man. Say what's up to the people.
You know, I'm doing good. Could be better. This loss ain't it for me. I was hoping, I jinxed it. Let's just say how it is, right? Like, thanks.
Thanks, Ken.
I was talking about let's go undefeated at home and and both they're like, nah, let's shut Ken up early. They took out the script. They rewrote that part. It's one of the low interns at the NBA office was like, nah, grab the script. We saw Blackout Sports. They try to say the Knicks gonna go undefeated. They already know. Gotta write it out.
Yeah, the views have been going crazy. We appreciate y'all for that and the attention. Somebody sent that to the Magic or whatever before the game. And don't worry, we'll get that one back in blood. Shout out to Los, man. Tell the people how you doing. Los, can you hear me?
I'm gonna say Los might be on the McDonald's Wi-Fi.
Oh, damn, my bad. It's like, yeah, I'm on my shit on with a potato on right now, man. Look, this loss, we got to go back to the drawing board, man. We're not gonna lose. We're not gonna win many games out of a back-to-back. So let's not be too hard on the guys tonight.
Salute, man. Before we get into it, before I give you guys the show, just a couple of points here. Like I said earlier on, Jalen Brunson scores 31. Jalen Brunson was the only guy who had energy tonight. Jalen Brunson was the only one. Looking at the stat sheet here, the only other starter in double figures, which is an anomaly for what we've seen lately. The only other starter in double figures is Karl Anthony Towns, 15 points, 12 rebounds for him. OG Anunoby, 8 points. Mitchell Robinson, only 2 points. Don't really expect him to score too much. Mikal Bridges, only 6 points, pulled early in the fourth quarter, by the way. Mikal Bridges was a negative 19 in plus minus. So there's that. Bench didn't really do too much for him. Josh Hart gave them 10 points. Landry Shamet, my guy. Hear that, Ken? Landry Shamet, my guy, chipped in for 11 points today, but that's pretty much it for the bench. Miles McBride gave them 9 points. Yabusele hit a couple threes, man, but that was it. And it's really hard to be real critical about this team. I kind of expected them to lose this game on the second night of the back-to-back. The Orlando Magic have been playing very well after a slow start. They were 4-2 heading into this game in their last 6. They're now 5-2. They're starting to look like the team that we expected the Orlando Magic to be. A lot of teams had Cleveland, New York, and Orlando in that top 3 powerhouse, and they showed that today. Franz Wagner absolutely balled out today. 28 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and that's with Paolo going out in the first half with an injury. I can't remember what they said the injury was for Paolo, but Franz Wagner definitely put that on his back, and I feel like the team left Cap hanging, including in the fourth quarter where Cap got hurt, trying to do too much, trying to will this team back into the game, and that's my issue. I don't have too many issues about the loss or anything like that. I've expected them to kind of come out flat. They had a lot of energy yesterday against the Memphis Grizzlies. The game started to tail off towards the end, even though it was supposed to be a blowout. Memphis started coming back. We started seeing old signs. Slow defensive rotations today. Not a lot of offense, sloppy basketball, even though the turnover ratio was about the same. But they got to do more to help Cap. And that's my main point here. When you see that Cap is the only one locked in and engaged, that team knows that Jalen Brunson is going to put this team on his back every single time. And the fact that nobody else had the energy except for people like Landry Shamet, and I'm going to get into Karl Anthony Towns in a minute, but this team has to know when it's time to help out Cap in situations like this to avoid what we saw in the fourth quarter. And that's my biggest issue. Karl Anthony Towns, I'm going to get on Karl Anthony Towns real quick, and I'm going to give it to y'all. Karl Anthony Towns has to stop letting these foul calls take him out of the damn game because he is the second best player on this team. There's a lot of pressure on Cap to carry this game, and it shouldn't have been that way. But Karl Anthony Towns needs to learn how to stay locked in for a full 48 minutes. Because like I said, nobody else in this stat sheet was able to accomplish double figures. He was the one to do that. But by halftime, when Cat's not getting his call, the aggressiveness is gone. And yes, I don't want to put everything on the officiating. The officiating was terrible to me tonight. The official was terrible. So, but it's up to Karl Anthony Towns to be the second star of this team to understand that and stay locked in to help out his teammate. And that's my issue with Karl Anthony Towns tonight. Ken, let's go with you first. How did you see this game?
Completely flat-footed. This was a flat team. Everybody except for Cap, right? Like Cap doing Cap things. We know the consistency is there, even when he's gonna do it, whether it's by scoring or by playmaking. Tonight, he went out and balled and scored, right? Just I don't know. I personally believe too early in the season to be saying, oh, it's a back-to-back. They dropped it, right? But nah. I'm not to me, man. I think that's a sorry excuse. They could have came in and done a lot better, put a little more effort in, even on a back-to-back, right? But you know, that's the way I look at it. So, you know, we had a couple people, like I definitely say OG not stepping in, like that's a rare one. OG not being able to provide those extra points out. We don't need OG to go for 20 something, but 8 not hitting double digits from OG, not hitting double digits from Mikal, that hurt us. We can't have those guys at least not getting to 10. You know, trying to take a look at the discrepancy, if there was a huge discrepancy between the foul shots. Kind of. They took 33 compared to our 23. That's 10 more free throws. That's a decent bunch. And I think the biggest thing right here for us, which is why I think we got killed this game, is we got out-rebounded. This is the first game we get out-rebounded so far.
It is 49 to 37, correct.
First game we get out-rebounded. So by a lot. Like we are normally in the high 40s, like close to 50s. And we didn't crack 40. That's huge. That's big. So you had that, and normally we take more shots than the opposing team by at least 10 shots. We shot the same amount as Orlando. Same amount, actually. We only took 2 extra shots than Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the type of, that's not the Knicks ball game that we're trying to play this year. Like we are trying to take 10 to 12 more shots than the opposing team and out-rebound them every night in, night out. Right. So that is big because we committed less turnovers than them.
Which is crazy how they started this game off having 9 turnovers in the first half, correct? Right.
Like we cleaned it up second half between being out-rebounded, the foul calls, and just not the pace. Like that's what killed us. Like, but I don't see that being a consistent theme throughout the season. This is going to be an outlier. not gonna happen often where we will get out rebounded every on a nightly basis. That's not happening, right? But we do got to come out, have more energy, want it more, because we didn't. Not tonight.
Yeah, that was evident. Shout out to our guy Vashay Conley. Shout out to the squad. Much love to y'all. Hey, my boy.
What
Salute
up,
to you for
Vashay?
tuning in. Friend of the show of all podcasts on this network. Salute to Vashay Conley. And you know the guy. Conversations at the shop. Gerard Jones. Tap
Family.
Say gang. La
Denver still
Familia.
sucks.
Yeah, for sure. He get it in the group chat every day. Don't worry about it.
I was gonna say, I don't get to bother Gerard like that, so I gotta take shots.
Yeah, you don't worry about it. You want to join the squad?
I take shots when I can.
Don't worry about it. But hey, make sure if you're tuning in, you like and subscribe. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you here with us, and we appreciate that. Blackout Sports. Hey, Los.
What up?
Let me know what you feel about this game, my boy. Tell the people how you saw it.
Well, if we would have beaten the Grizzlies last night by 20, we would have won this game. I'll sum it up with that. Had we not, and this has been a problem for the Knicks this season, maybe not in every game, not within the streak, but it's reared its ugly head. We take our foot off the gas after halftime. And I don't know if it was yesterday. I think it was yesterday where I said, yo, I want to see how we look at after halftime, up big, see if we take our foot off the gas. That fourth quarter was kind of shaky. It was kind of shaky last night, and we let them come back, and they made it a respectable score. Had we beat them as convincingly as we were up all game last night, this game would have been a cakewalk. I think it would have been a cakewalk. Another point, OG Anunoby, 34 minutes, 8 points ain't gonna do it, buddy. It ain't. Only took 4 shots. He's been on a tear this year. Shout out my brother Malik, who made the post, highlighting OG Anunoby's all-star case and his year, 18.9 per game. He career highs all around. Where was that tonight? Cap went down, as you alluded. Cap went down. Where was the help? A team where, and I'm sorry, but he got to get it too. A team second leading scorer, that's a problem. That is a problem. Like, we're not going to win many games with that. And it just, I don't know. We looked, and I said off camera I wasn't going to get too crazy on them because it is the second game of a back-to-back. There aren't back-to-backs in the playoffs, so this isn't going to be a problem. They got to figure it out, bro. We got out-rebounded, as Ken alluded to. I was going to make that same point. We got out-rebounded. The size difference with Orlando and us showed itself. Like, the Magic are scary. I have been critical of the Magic, but hey, they got, and this is without Paolo too. They did this. Franz Wagner got whatever he wanted on us, and he wasn't shooting very well, 10 for 22. But he got whatever he wanted. He was eating. Like, it was dinner time for him. Desmond Bane, someone who I've been very critical of, got whatever he wanted. Off the bench, Anthony Black, 7 of 11, got whatever he wanted. We weren't playing Knicks defense, and our wing guys, wing stop, Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby, how many? 3 steals, but they were getting torched. They were getting torched, bro. We looked lethargic. But this is temporary. The bigger looming issue is Cap going down.
Yes, and on a play, I think there was 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Jalen Brunson clearly frustrated at the game.
Why is he in the game? Why is he in the game still?
Knew everything was pretty much on his shoulders due to the struggles of everybody else on the team. Found himself trying to put the team on his back, tripped over Wendell Carter, seemed to twist the ankle and possibly a knee. I heard Doris Burke said it was a knee too. Went to the free throw line like Kobe, made his 2 free throws, immediately fouled, didn't go back to the bench, immediately walked back to the locker room. Ken, concerns?
Listen, one of the things I thought about, right, is when I saw that, is that what if he is injured, right, and for an extended amount of time and we need to rest him? Are you now doing what Los and some fans out there want and saying, pulling the trigger and being like, yo, we're pulling in that other superstar that has been looming over our heads, pulling the trigger if Cap's going to be out for an extended amount of time, and you're like, yo, we need to keep the pressure in the East. We don't want Cap to rush back, but we need to win games. Do we go out and say Giannis and Mikal and a couple draft picks? I mean, Cap, Mikal, and a couple draft picks for Giannis. So I know where you stand on it, but my concern is that, right? Like, we can't let up the gas in the East, but we can't force Cap to play if he's not 100 because we need him late season, right? Mm-hmm. I think that's where my concern is, because I'm not on the team trade for Giannis, right, team, because I don't want to gut our depth for him, but I fear Dolan being Dolan, right? Dolan being Dolan, and Leon looking at it and them sitting down and being like, well, our championship window is this year, right? Like, this is a window. If JB is out an extended amount of time, we might dip, because maybe they're sitting behind and they're being like, we don't believe in Cap to be the guy without JB. If JB got to be out in a month and a half, 2 months, right? Mm-hmm. So that's where my concern is, that if JB is out for 2 months, it's not just JB being out or us lacking an offense. It's putting that pressure to, maybe a lot more of the pressure to pull that trigger on that trade. And it sucks that we go back to this trade, right? Because it's going to loom until the deadline, until the trade deadline. The Greek freak is going to loom over our head until we get past that deadline. Or we pull the trigger on it. JB going out, just kind of like, it's like that minutes to midnight, like the doomsday clock, right? JB, if he's out an extended amount of time, it moves those minutes to midnight closer to midnight, closer to that trade, and that's what worries me about this. If this is an injury that's going to linger.
What's your response? I'll go after you.
You know where I stand on it. I'm all for the move. I think I agree with Ken. It does exacerbate the sense of urgency to make a move, because, Cat isn't. Would you trust Cat to be the number one if, let's say, Jalen Brunson has to miss a month and a half? I don't know. I don't know if the brass up top trusts him to be that guy. Enter Giannis, who currently, right now, is an MVP candidate with a roster over there of plumbers. So if he could do it over there, this is them thinking it, not me. If he could do it over there, he could do it over here. You know what I'm saying? So, and you're buying time for JB, because JB, as Ken said, we need him for the long haul. You got Giannis cooking up, making his MVP case with us, and in a perfect world, it works. And I think this injury can kind of heighten up the sense of urgency, but I don't think they make the move. I don't. I know Dolan is Dolan, but I think they stick to their guns.
I'm gonna do something that I haven't done in a really long time, and this may surprise both of you, but I'm gonna give James Dolan credit here, and I think you guys are being a little bit too hard on the guy. this Knicks, surprising. The Knicks have shown patience under James Dolan. It's been a 4 or 5 year process of this patience with James Dolan. He has shown that he's able to do that. I don't want to use this podcast to throw any asparagus myself, not speaking for y'all. I don't want to use this podcast to throw any asparagus on him because he has shown the patience. I've had my concerns when it comes to what type of moves James Dolan will make. He went on the Roommates podcast with Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson and said that he's not going to be impatient, go after the shiny object. So far, he has shown that that's true. When it comes to Jalen Brunson's injury, am I worried that this injury would exacerbate things and make them want to make the honest move? No, I don't. Because all we need to do is look towards last season of when Jalen Brunson was out for a month with an injury. And his team was able to keep themselves afloat until he could come back a couple of weeks before the playoffs. And if one of you guys can answer this question, because it's not rhetorical, where did the Knicks end up last season in the playoffs?
Conference finals.
There we go. There we go. So there's no reason for anybody to panic when it comes to the Jalen Brunson injury. First of all, I will point this out. Great talking point by Ken. That should be a valid concern. I'm pretty sure if there's a reason why Jalen Brunson is hurt for an extended period of time, the Giannis talks will ramp up. So I do understand why you said that. But how many games has we seen Jalen Brunson look like he's annihilated injury-wise, and then he comes back in the game and drops 15? Until we hear anything about an MRI or whatever.
And he walked. You said he walked too.
He walked off. I think Cap's fine. Like even that play when Jalen Brunson got hurt, you could tell he was driving to the hole recklessly because he was frustrated. So it was like, yo, bro, Mike Brown was already about to pull the starters. They were up 16, 17, 18 at that point. He knew the game was over. There was no energy the whole game. He sees what Jalen Brunson is doing. It just seemed like a moment where Jalen Brunson was like, all right, bro, I'm going to hit these 2 free throws just in case. Probably y'all might need me. I could come back out the locker room if you need me. If they magically come back or somehow you need a last-minute bucket. But other than that, I'm out of here. I done gave everything I had. My teammates did not help me this game, period. Even though he's not going to say that, but that's what he has us for. His teammates didn't help him. Y'all deal with this shit.
Yep.
Y'all, somebody else do something. Like, you know what I'm saying? I felt like that was the situation, and I'm not mad at it at all. I saw people online criticizing Jalen Brunson. Oh, he's a ball hog, da-da-da-da-da today. Bro, like
we can't say that this year about him. He's been heavy distributor this year. We cannot say that about Jalen Brunson this year.
I think he's averaging over 7 assists a game this year. So it's insane to see that's why I kind of went off on my soliloquy to begin the show, and why I was so passionate about that is because I'm seeing that still. And it's like, bro, what the hell are y'all watching? His dribble total is cut in half. His time of possession is almost cut in half. His usage rate is still high. But when it comes to his usage rate, you saw the past 3 games, he's been averaging around 10 to 12 assists for the last 3 games during this 4-game win streak. So it's not like the Knicks struggled today because his teammates were off and Jalen Brunson was the only one who scored over 20 points. Well, who the hell else did you expect was going to step up? But I digress. I don't have any concerns about his injury or anything like that. I'm pretty sure Cap was fine. If he needs time off, though, you give Jalen Brunson a week off to get his stuff together. Because last season when Jalen Brunson was hurt and he had that time off, it was the perfect opportunity for players like OG Anunoby to step up, like Mikal Bridges.
I was going to say Bridges.
That's when we saw Bridges start to step up and see, okay, we gave you all these picks. We've been killing you all season. Okay, maybe we have something here with this cohesion in Mikal Bridges and he could learn his aggression and things like that. It didn't show this game. But if Cap is out, this team has shown the resilience in order to be able to hold the ship until Cap gets back, man. So I ain't worried at all.
Yeah, and like I said, do like I told you, I'm not in that boat, right? Like don't freak out, but it's gonna be there. Like
yeah, the talk is definitely gonna be there.
It's gonna be the talk is gonna be there. If Cap gonna be out, we know it. We get ahead of it. We mention it now because it's gonna be a talking point. You're gonna hear the radio host. You're gonna see the people online talking about it. Like I said, we are going to be haunted by that talking point till the trade deadline, and I'm hoping that we make it to the trade deadline, get past it, don't trade, and we keep it moving, and we finish and we get the results we want, right? So that then everybody else, the losses of the world, can see that.
Let me be clear though. I want it to happen, but I know logically that's not gonna happen. I don't think though. I don't think they can pull the move off. I don't think financially they won't, but I want it to happen, is what I'm saying.
Financially, it's there.
It's feasible.
It's feasible financially. What it is
Yeah,
what does Milwaukee want? Milwaukee wants the bag for Giannis. Like you're not walking away without giving up like 3 first-rounders, which we got, right? Without giving up 3 first-rounders and at least one star and another mid-tier player.
Let's talk about this while you say that. Los, before you go. Talking about the trade package thing makes me want to bring up what we were talking about before we went live. The Miles McBride thing.
Mm-hmm.
If Los, to your point, if you wanted to make that move, you may be able to make the money work if you trade Karl Anthony Towns, maybe throw in Mikal Bridges, and Ken, to your point about the draft picks, maybe you can get away from giving them a whole bunch of draft picks. If you include a player like Miles McBride in there, somebody that you can bring in off the bench, potentially give you 10 to 15 a night when he's locked in, especially him being a kind of two-way player, giving players trouble defensively, it's there.
It is. There. I don't know. I think I'm with you, Malik, where they've been patient all this time. They haven't done any knee-jerk reactions. So I think they'll maintain that pattern. But yeah, the move is there. And I think, would that be an advantage where the move is there, or would that be a disadvantage?
Ken, you can answer.
It's both. It's both, right? Like it's both, because right, like he has said, I want to go there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that
reportedly, allegedly,
he stated
the report came from Shams, so allegedly.
Listen, Shams, I believe in Shams.
Me too.
Because I truly believe, yes, does it kind of make it where nobody else is making offers if they're not part of the preferred destination? But then it also makes it so that you can't come, you could try to undersell, and they'll just be like, well, we're just not gonna trade them. It kind of puts pressure on both sides, right? It's if you want him and he wants to go there, trade. I don't want to disparage Giannis, but I also feel personally, I'm gonna speak from a personal standpoint. If I was him and I through my peoples, right, made word, I want to come to your team, and you got the asset to trade for me, and you start having conversations and you're not willing to pony up for me, I lose interest in you.
Yeah.
Right? So it's one of those, I might take it personal and be like, oh, so I'm not worth it for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the girl you playing in high school. You tell this girl, hey, I love you. And you tell, what I'm saying? And it's Giannis feels like the scorned. We probably feel like the scorned girl, bro.
But then here's the other part, right? Scorned girl. I'd rather just not engage in trade talks, right? So that he's not scorned, because I don't want to deal with the scorned girl in the playoffs.
Allegedly, he's not helping the talks, though. Because if you keep saying, I want to go there, you're not helping quiet down the talks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But but Giannis doesn't seem like the type to care about quieting down the talk. So, like, what game was it where he was just telling people to kind of like suck his dick, right? Like, Giannis is wild.
He was on that time.
I think that was the Indiana game.
That Indiana game, like when Indiana was booing Miles Turner. Yeah, like he held his shit and was like, yo, like, so Giannis looks like a wild guy. Like, he's like, I've won a chip, I've been an MVP. And truly, like, that's the swagger he rocks around. Like, he don't gotta prove nothing to nobody, right? He's done it.
Yeah.
So
I don't think Giannis is scoring at all. I think Giannis understands the business of the situation. He understands. He understands the magnitude of him going to the Knicks. So that possibility for Giannis will always be there. We heard that Giannis loves the city and all of that. And I do honestly believe that Giannis wants to be a Knick. I do believe he has the heart to play here.
Yes.
And the heart to handle the pressure in order to get us over the top if that move does happen. I'm not against the move. I'm just against the move if it's detrimental to the depth of this team.
We can get him cheaper.
Yeah, I do believe so. But I don't want to get away from this. Miles McBride, the reason why I brought this up, struggling heavily lately. Shots not necessarily falling. Mike Brown hasn't really been utilizing Miles McBride like we've seen under the previous administration of Tom Thibodeau. See, we had talks about Karl Anthony Towns being the one to struggle. But since Karl Anthony Towns has, gotten his stuff together, seems to found his role when he's locked in anyway, Miles McBride is kind of starting to look like he's the odd man out. Any concerns about Miles McBride's role? Last game, he was taking out the game at weird spots. Usually clutch situations, Miles McBride is in there. He hasn't been. Anybody can go first. Anybody have any concerns about Miles McBride?
I think that he's definitely falling out of that rotation with Mike Brown, right? For whatever reason. For whatever reason it might be, I think he's falling out of that rotation. And I think if he falls completely out, because I will say, we are in win it now territory. If he falls completely out, Miles is a piece that I feel like teams might want. I could see us moving Miles to try and add a Mike Brown player, like some player Mike Brown likes, and he thinks would fit his rotation better and would fit the needs of the team. Selfishly, either way I look at it, if we were able to convince Minnesota to just swap Miles and Devo, I would. Don't see that being the play.
Come home, Devo.
But what I do see Miles right now, if he just completely keeps on falling out of rotation, I could see him being a trade target for teams because he's a dog. He plays, right? He can get you those points off the bench. He can be a nuisance defensively. So, I don't know. I'm baffled that he's fallen out of rotation and the Shamits of the world are getting.
Watch your mouth.
There's a reason for that. There's
Malik knows it's gonna be 82 games of just
relax. Because I didn't mention your boy tonight. We gonna get there.
There's a reason why Shamit is overtaking him in the rotation, bro. Production. Like in what's his name? In Tibbs' administration, Miles McBride, after Hart, he was the next guy up off the bench that Tibbs kind of entrusted to be that like microwave, and he produced. There was production, especially in the playoffs. This time around, remember, we didn't have Clarkson last year. We had Shamit, but not to this extent. It's almost like Shamit is the next guy up after Hart off the bench, like McBride was. And then you got Clarkson, they're developing Kolek, and you got Yabusele. The bench is a lot deeper now than it was last year. And I think that's detrimental to McBride because now he feels like he's a fish out of water. It's almost like he's a fish out of water. And also the Mike Brown point, what is one of the things we hear about Mike Brown all the time is how he's a no-nonsense coach. If he don't see you, cooking, he'll take you out. like right away. Like, no, we rearrange this out. That it might be that too. Like, you were the man off the bench last year because we didn't have a bench. We have a bench this year. Now you over here and they're up here. Like the game is the game.
Yeah, and Ken, to your point about the contract with swapping out Dante DiVincenzo, Miles McBride is on a 3-year, $13 million contract, and Dante DiVincenzo is on a 4-year, $46.87 million contract. So not going to be able to switch those out.
Yeah,
it's a rich man.
Yeah, we gave Dante the bag. We sure did. We made sure to take care of Dante.
To send him
and we were planning on keeping him.
Yep.
Were we?
We were until trade plan.
Until they trade Cat. Yep. Until they traded Cat in the middle of the night. Yeah.
100%. I think that how it came down, like they truly just they weighed who was untouchable. Like they weighed who they wanted to keep more out of the Nova players that weren't it was out of Hart, Devo, and possibly another player, and Devo was the odd man out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I would assume that Tibbs was part of that conversation, right? And it was like, and I think they might have came down to like just defense, right? Like I think, Devo's great, but I don't think he was a defensive presence as much as like the Harts or the McBrides, right? Like I'd even go as far as maybe McBride was in that conversation.
Probably. Yeah.
And they just chose to keep McBride over Devo.
He's cheaper, so I would have kept him
cheaper.
Too.
Exactly. It opens up and it possibly made more sense money wise, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, especially with the aprons and stuff like that. Yeah, for sure. I would definitely kept it.
So it was really like one of those like the smartest move we could make, because at the end of the day, we've seen it. We appreciated what Randall did for us, but we also knew we hit our ceiling with Randall on the team, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we increased and we leveled that ceiling up with Cat on the team, and we're gonna keep on. Like we got another notch, right? Which is that finals, which is where we should be heading to. But we'll see how the Shamits of the world contribute to that.
Well, I mean, if we I was going to go there, but since you want to talk about it now, we were talking about Miles McBride struggles. He at least had 9 points tonight. Jordan Clarkson,
that's
5 points tonight. 2 for 5. A couple of we don't need that.
And that's who Mike Brown trusts over McBride.
You know what I'm saying? A couple of he pulled Jordan Clarkson.
I was gonna say McBride played more than Clarkson.
He definitely. Man. Jordan Clarkson you're gonna need to come sit down, my boy. You keep talking about Shamit, so hey, you have so much to say about Shamit. I just want to know what you felt about Jordan Clarkson's performance tonight, because he could have been a perfect candidate to help out Jalen Brunson with the way he scores. But I just want to you've been shooting at Shamit a lot, so the floor is yours, my boy.
I will say this, right? In Clarkson's defense, on a back-to-back night, like the ADHD medication don't work that well. Like he wasn't all there. They were calling plays, right? Calling plays. He was lost. I like how Malik even said, as I was saying, listen.
Well, hear what you got to say, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Like he wasn't all there mentally. He wasn't. Right? Like it happens. He'll be better next game. Watch next game. Telling it right now because I've been calling everything almost on the spot. Clarkson's dropping 15 next game.
That's it. Just what I'm saying.
Just off the bench. That's all he got to do.
If JB don't play, we gonna need more.
Nah, if JB don't play, I tell you right now. Cat, who we got next? Miami
on Friday.
Listen, once again. I think I've said this before. Yeah, Miami might have started hot, but we're gonna get soft Bam at some point. It's gonna be a soft Bam game on Friday, right?
Soft Bam,
fruit
crazy.
Bam.
That's crazy.
Fruit chew Bam on Friday. Like, so Cat's gonna eat Friday. And Mikal. I think Mikal and OG both drop 18 or 22 points apiece.
Yeah, I think OG bounces back too.
I think and not just OG. I think OG will bounce back. I think Mikal's gonna look and be like, wait a second. I gotta come back and produce.
3 for 9 is crazy, bro.
So and once again, I think that we got nothing to worry about. I think the bounce back, we lost the first game against Miami. We'll bounce back on this one. Like I said, Cat's gonna have a field day with Fruit Chew Bam.
Norman Powell is averaging 24.
Soft in the inside. Norman Powell's not having that game on Friday. Listen, calling it right now. Norman Powell comes back down to earth. No more than 15 points on Friday.
You wildin'. Norman Powell is damn near the leader of that team right now.
Okay, we're gonna stop that. He's as much of a leader of that team.
No Norman Powell slander. No Norman Powell slander.
As Jamie Jocks is the leader of that team.
Jamie Jocks. You roll that E.
Listen, Norman Powell don't even believe he's a leader of that team. That man's just happy to be scoring.
He's happy to be starting.
Yeah.
The Clippers will on some other shit, and we see where they're at. So, hey, shout out to Norman Powell. I have no Norman Powell hate.
Listen, no hate in my soul for the man. He's not dropping more than 15 on Friday.
So who's on him? OG's on him, right? OG or
no? Mikal is taking that shit personal.
So you saying Mikal's gonna shut 24 per game?
He's gonna drop more than 18, and he's gonna keep that man on 15.
We're gonna circle back to this.
Circle back. I'm gonna be in the studio Friday watching the game, right? And I'm gonna actually, I am, because I finished my game that I'm working by 7:30. So I'm gonna be
right on time.
I'm gonna be right on time, kicking back, watching the game in the studio, and I'm gonna be like, lockdown. I'm gonna be insufferable in the group chat. I'll be like, another
insufferable. They go to work.
Another one.
Wingstop. If Wingstop need to make an appearance on Friday. They were sorely missed tonight.
Listen, that's my word for right now for the next 3 weeks. I'm using insufferable nonstop. And when everybody asks why insufferable, I'm just sending them a meme of Jalen Brown. If you don't understand, you haven't watched the show. Catch up.
Quick reset. If you're tuning in, Blackout Sports covering the Magic versus Knicks game, actually switching over to preview the Knicks versus Heat on Friday. You tuning in, we appreciate you, man. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Los, go ahead. Before we get out of here, give us your opinions on the Knicks versus Heat on Friday.
Knicks, if JB plays, Knicks by 6. If JB don't play, Knicks by 2.
That man is as soft as Bam on Friday right now with his faith.
I mean, listen, I love my team, but hey, Miami is always a tough out with us. They're always a tough game.
We'll tell you right now who's not tough for Miami.
Bam Adebayo and Jamie Jocks.
Bam might be hurt, actually.
Look at him.
He's proving Ken's point.
Yeah, he hasn't played since November 5th against Denver. He only had 8 minutes, 2 points. What happened to
He saw Nikola and said, nah, I'm good. Sit me, Spo.
Business decision.
100%. I don't blame him on that one. Because Nikola looks, right, like the type of person who drops points on you and goes and tells you he loves his horses. He's not talking junk basketball-wise.
You remember when they was calling Bam the Giannis stopper in the bubble?
Mm-hmm, yeah, I do.
That was before Jokic bought the third horse. After the third horse, he's been on
After
he bought the third horse, Jokic has been on a tear. Nobody can speak to that, man.
All right. This is going to be another tough test for them, especially like if Jalen Brunson doesn't play. The Heat still managed to win 3 straight without their 2 best players, Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero. As much as we given Norman Powell credit, we do know who's going to be taking most of the shots, and Norman Powell may be a little bit pissed off when Tyler Hero comes back because his role is going to diminish just a little bit. They got to smoke Miami on Friday. I'm sorry. They already took one from you. Coach Spo out coached them early on, but they played, or I think it was like their second game of the season or something like that.
Third
game of the season. They were still trying to figure out this offense, whatever. But Bam was in practice today, no boot, went through workouts. It's the Knicks. It's the Knicks at home. Most likely Bam Adebayo would play. We saw what happened with Anthony Edwards when the Timberwolves came in town. I expect it to be the same thing with Bam Adebayo. He has a toe injury, by the way. Bam still get well soon. But if Bam and Tyler Hero don't play, Knicks by 20, man.
Listen,
they got 2. They got what? They got Thursday off. It's Wednesday, right? They got Thursday off.
Yeah.
And then, you can lick your wounds a little bit. Like I told Ken before the show, I just kind of just throw this one away. Second night of a back-to-back, whatever. But Friday, we better see something, especially if Jaylen Brown plays. So I say Knicks by 15. I got respect for Coach Spo. So Knicks by 15 on Friday against the Miami Heat.
Like I agree. Listen, if Jack Harlow and Fruit Chew don't play on Friday,
Jack Harlow. He does have a song named Tyler Hero. That he does.
Listen, if Jack Harlow don't take the court on Friday and Fruit Chew Bam is out with his toe, Knicks by 20. Because Norman Powell gonna be playing like Norman Powell from the Clippers. He's gonna get locked.
That man's an all-star.
Norman Powell on the Clippers was an all-star.
An all-star.
Norman Powell was going off for the Clippers before Kawhi got back and took all his minutes.
He's gonna relive that again when Jack Karl comes back.
Damn, why y'all calling Norman Powell insanity for? Chill out on my man. Chill out on my man.
Because that's what it is. No 10-game hype. I'm good. I have no fear in my heart for that.
Yeah. All right. Whatever, man. Just relax on my guy Shaman. But before we get out of here, man, Ken, you working on something currently? A simulation? Tell us about that.
So I'm working on, I'm just seeing, right? Like Brother Los over here and the congregation the narrative God over there. He be preaching. This Giannis is what we need to put us over. So I went in 2K and said, let's see if 2K believes this is the piece that puts us over, right? I started off, let's dip the toes in. Dipped in, only swapped out Cat for Giannis. Do we believe that's realistic? No. But I let it play out the first game. They smacked Cleveland. I was like, that's a little too easy. Gonna proceed before game 2. I will be sending away my boy Mikal. Because realistically, I believe Mikal and Cat would have been that package for Giannis. So Mikal's gonna go on over to the Bucks before game 2, before they face Boston, and then we are gonna see how they do without Mikal and adjusting that line. They're gonna let the computer adjust the lineup themselves. Whoever they see fit to start, that's who they start. They run their minutes. I'm not adjusting nothing. Just moving the one piece. That is the last piece I will move because I was just dipping the toes to start off. But we're gonna simulate the whole season. We're gonna see how the point totals look, right? And do we see some dips from productivity from Cap because Giannis is there and handling the rock a lot more. First one's out, game 1, Knicks versus Cleveland on the Gaming Corner. Blackout Sports is tagged up as well if you want to check it out. And we got a nice little intro to it where we got Los clipped up talking about trade away Cat for Giannis. So we had to. That's the intro clip every single time for the season.
Hey, salute, man. Salute.
Yeah, shout out to the Gaming Corner. If you're tuning in, make sure you like here, you subscribe here, and you go over to the Gaming Corner and watch that simulation play out. Especially if you like Los, you feel like the Knicks need to go get Giannis in order to get over this championship hump. You a 2K guy too? Check it out. It was dope. I tuned in. I watched it. I hit up Ken immediately afterwards. Like,
shit, man.
Yo, you bugging? What's up? Like, yo, you just put Giannis on here for Cat? Like that trade not even realistic, my boy. Like, hold on, man. You putting me on the island here. Ooh, but I salute to you for fixing it. Everybody tuning in, we see you. Make sure you comment, man. Let us know where you from. Let us know where you tuning in from, man. Knicks Nation all day. Like, comment, and subscribe. Los, you know what I'm saying? You got any retort to, the simulation? What you got?
I'm gonna check it out, man. Salute to you for putting the idea and saying, you know what, because fam, it's like, when we watch those like 2K simulation videos, like I haven't seen one yet that does the swap. So this is dope. This is I'm gonna tap in. I'm gonna tap in for sure. Jared in the comments talking about Cam Johnson from Mikal Bridges.
He's smoking crack, bro. Don't listen to him. Let's talk business. No, we straight. You traded MPJ for MPJ.
Yeah.
You good. Like, we don't need to worry about that.
That's
good.
Funny. That's Tyler. That's funny.
Traded MPJ for MPJ. Nothing to talk about. You guys already did your business. Now, I mean, so what you got to tell the people what you got going on before we get out of here, man.
Push your narratives, man. Y'all go listen. After y'all like and subscribe to Blackout Sports, and after y'all like and subscribe to the Gaming Corner, my mans, go like and subscribe to Push Your Narratives with the Narrative God. We are going live tomorrow, 8:30. Got the homie Rodney pulling up. We're going to talk about this new NBA All-Star Game format. We're going to talk about West Side Gun versus WWE. And we got the takeaways from Week 10 in the NFL. Y'all see my boys on Monday night. We'll talk about trash.
Look trash.
Relax.
Yeah, look bad.
Look trash. Relax. It was a terrible game.
Everybody I can tell you what trash looks like because my Saints are trash. So I can tell
you. Did you see? Hold on. Did you see AJ Brown's comments that he's in hell? Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
He's in hell, but he's the number one seed. Hell as the number one seed is crazy.
No. Exactly. Exactly.
Take that up with him. We ain't got nothing to do with that.
Number one receiver said, you good? He was like, my family's good. Everything else?
It's a shit show. I'll tell you. It's a shit show. That's what your number one wide receiver said.
He ain't number one seed and defending champions is that.
That's cool. Hey, the NFC East is weak as hell. It's fine. They can be number one there. But you already know what's up with me, man. Tomorrow night, the Jets have a Thursday night game, so no sleep in New York for your guy. I will be covering the Jets recap show directly after Thursday night football, man. Make sure you like here, subscribe here, and go over to Jets Roundtable, man. Salute the Jets Roundtable Sports for giving me this amazing opportunity to cover the team that I grew up watching, even though it's been the most stressful thing I've had to do over the course of my career so far, my young career. But shout out to that, man. Can't wait to do that. And love being here with my guys, man. Keep the main thing. And Blackout Sports is the main thing. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Thank you guys for being here. I definitely appreciate you, man. And I love y'all. But hey, man, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us. And we appreciate that, man. We appreciate that, man. Matthew Malik Wilson, your future favorite sportscaster. Ken Castro. I'm out of here. The narrative guy.
Karl. I'll see you Friday.
Hey, relax on Bam. I live out here.
Come on now.
Listen,